Long live the king.
Barnardo,
Hey,
you come most carefully upon your hour.
it is now struck 12. Get thee to bed, Francisco.
But its relief much thanks. It is very cold and I am sick at heart.
Have you had quite God?
Not a mouse stirred.
Well, good night. If you do meet Marcellus and Horatio, the rivals of my watch, bid them make haste.
I think I hear them now.
Who's there? Friends to this ground and liegemen to the day.
Give you good night.
Oh, farewell, honest soldier. Who hath relieved you?
Barnardo has my place. Give you good night.
Holla, Bernardo.
Say what, is Horatio there?
No piece of him.
Welcome, Horatio. Welcome, good Marcellus.
What, has this thing appeared again tonight?
I see nothing.
Horatio says 'tis but a fantasy, and will not let belief take hold of him touching this dreaded sight twice seen of us. Therefore, I have entreated him along with us to watch the minutes of this night, that if again this apparition come, he may approve our eyes and speak to it. Tush, tush, 'twill not appear.
Sit thee down a while, Horatio. Let us once again assail your ears that are so fortified against our story, what we have in 2 nights.
Well, sit we down and let us hear Barnardo speak of it.
The last night of all, when yon same star that's westward from the pole hath made its course to illume that part of heaven where now it burns. Marcellus and myself, the thou then needed one.
Oh, peace! Peace, break thee off! Look, where it comes again! You said figure like the king of Tay! Thou art a scholar. Speak to it, Horatio.
Was it not like the king Margaret, Horatio?
Most like. It heralds me with fear and wonder.
He spoke to.
Question, Horatio. What art thou, that usurped this time of night together with the fair and warlike form which the baron king of Denmark did sometimes march? By heaven, I charge thee, speak!
Who's offended? See it starts away!
Say! Speak! Speak! I charge thee, speak! 'Tis gone, it will not answer.
How now, Horatio? You tremble and look pale. Is not this something more than fantasy?
Before my God, I might not disbelieve without the sensible and true avouch of mine own eyes. Is it not like the king? As thou art to thyself. Such was the very armor he had on when he the ambitious Norway combated. So frowned he once when in an angry parley smote the sledded Polacs on the ice. 'Tis strange. Thus, twice before, and jump at this dead hour with martial stalk hath he gone by our watch. In what particular thought of work I know not. But in the gross and scope of mine opinion, this brings some strange eruptions to our state. Good now. Sit down and tell me, he that knows, why the same strict and most observant watch so nightly toils the subject of the land. Why such daily cast of brazen cannon and foreign mark for implements of war? Why such impressive shipwrights, whose sore task does not divide the Sunday from the week? What might be toward if this sweaty haste doth make the night join labor with the day? Who is that can inform me?
I think it be no other but even so. Well may it sort that this portentous figure comes armed through our watch, so like the king that is and was the question of these wars.
Remote it is to trouble the mind's eye. In the most high and palmy state of Rome, little ere the mightiest Julius fell. The grave stood tenantless, and the sheeted dead did squeal and gibber in the rolling streets as stars with trains of fire, dews of blood, disasters in the sun. And the moist star upon which Neptune's empire stands was almost sick with doomsday till eclipse. And the like precursor feared events as harbingers steal the fates, and the premonition of the omen coming on has heaven and earth together demonstrated to our climachers and countrymen. But soft, lo, where it comes again. I'll cross it though it may blast me. Stay, illusion! If thou hast any sound or use of voice, speak to me. If there be any good deed that do ease and grace to thee, speak to me. Or if thou hast abhorred in thy life some restored treasure within the womb of earth, speak on it. Please, stay and speak. Stay! Speak! Stop it, Marcellus!
Oh, shall I strike it with my partisan?
Do if it will not stand! 'Tis here! 'Tis here! 'Tis gone! We do it wrong, being so majestic, to offer the show of violence. For it is as the air invulnerable, and our fame blows malicious mockery.
This was about to speak when the cock crew.
And then it started like a guilty thing upon fearful summons. I have heard the cock. It is the trumpet to the morn. Doth with his lofty and shrill-sounding throat awaken the god of day. And that is warning whether in sea or fire, in earth or air, the extravagant and erring spirit has to his confine. And with the truth herein, the present object made probation.
It faded on the crowing of the cock. Some say that ever against that season comes when our Savior's birth is celebrated, the bird of dawning singeth all night long. And then they say no spirit dare stir abroad. The nights are wholesome, no planets strike, no fairy takes, nor witch hath power to charm so hallowed and so gracious for the time.
So have I heard, and do in part believe it. Look, the morn rusted in mantle clad walks over the dew of yon high eastward hill. Break we our watch up, and by my advice let us impart what we've seen tonight unto young Hamlet, for upon my life, this spirit dumb to us will speak to him. If you consent, we shall acquaint him of it as needful in our loves and fitting our duty.
Let's do it, I pray. When I this morning door, we shall find them most convenient.
Marcellus, VOLTIMAND, though yet of Hamlet, our dear brother's death, the memory be green, and that it does befit it to bear our hearts in grief, and our whole kingdom to be contracted in one brow of woe. Yet so far at discretion, but with nature, that we with wisest sorrow think on him together with remembrance of ourselves. Therefore, as sometimes ceased, now our queen, the imperial jointress, this warlike state, have we, as it were, with a defeated joy, with mirth in funeral, and with dirge in marriage, in equal scale, weighing delight and dole, taken to wife. Nor have we herein barred your better wisdoms, which have freely gone with our affair along, to all our thanks. Now follows that you know, young Fortinbras, holding a weak supposal of our worth, or thinking by our late dear brother's death, our state to be disjoint and out of frame, he hath not failed to pester us with messages importing the surrender of those lands lost by his father, with all bands of law, to our most valiant brother. So much for him. Now for ourselves, and for this time of meeting, thus much the business is. We have here wit to know, uncle of young Fortinbras, who impotent and betrayed, scarcely hears of this his nephew's purpose, to suppress his further guide her reign, in that the levies, the lists, and full proportions are all made out of our kingdom. Therefore, we here saying you, VOLTIMAND, forbear of this greeting to all known, giving to you no further personal power to business with the king, more than the scope of these delated articles allow. Farewell. Let your haste commend your duty.
That in all things we show our duty.
We doubted nothing. Hardly farewell. Now, Laertes, what's the news with you? You told us of some suit. What is it, Laertes? You cannot speak of reason to the Dane and lose your voice. The head is not more native to the heart, and is the throne of Denmark to thy father. What wouldst thou beg, Laertes, that shall not be my offer, not thy ask?
My dread lord, your leave in favor to return to France. Now from whence though willingly I came to show my duty in your coronation, and now must confess that it be done, my thoughts and wishes then again toward France, and bow them to your graciously pardon.
Have you your father's leave?
I have, my lord, wrung from him a slow leave by laborsome petition. He begs you to give me leave to go.
Take thy farewell, Laertes. Time be done, and and thy best graces, spend them at thy will. And now, our cousin Hamlet and our son.
A little more than kin and less than kind.
How is it that the clouds still hang on you?
Not so, my lord. I am too much in the sun.
Good Hamlet, cast thy knighted color off, and let thine eye look like a friend on Denmark. Do not forever thy bad weeds. Seek for thy noble father in the dust. Thou notice common, all that lives must die, passing through nature to eternity.
Aye, madam, 'tis common.
If it be, why seems it so particular with thee?
Seems, madam. Nay, it is, I know not, seems. 'Tis not alone my inky cloak, good mother, nor a windy suspiration of forced breath, nor customary suits of solemn black, nor the fruitful river in the eye, together with all forms, moods, and shapes of grief that can denote me true. These indeed seem, for they are actions that a man might play, but I have that within which passage, these but the trappings and the suits of woe.
It's sweet and commendable in your nature, Hamlet, to give these morning duties to your father. But you must know, your father lost a father. That father lost his. And the survivor bound in filial obligation for some time to do obsequious sorrow. But to persevere in obstinate condolement is a curse of impious stubbornness. It is unmanly grief. It shows a will most strange to heaven, a heart unfortified, or mind impatient, an understanding simple and unschooled. For what we know must be and is as common as any the most vulgar thing to sense. Why should we, in our previous opposition, take it to heart? Fine! It is a fault to heaven, a fault against the dead, a fault to nature, to reason most absurd, whose common theme is death of fathers, and who still hath cried from the first corpse till he that died today. This must be so. We pray you, throw away this unprevailing woe, and think of us as of our father. For let the world take note, you are the most immediate to our throne, with no less nobility of love than that which dearest father bears his son do I impart towards you. For your intent in going back to school in Wittenberg, it is most retrograde to our desire. And we beseech you, beg you, to remain here in the cheer and comfort of our court, our chiefest courtier, our cousin, and our son.
Let not thy mother lose her prayers, Hamlet. I pray thee, stay with us! Go not to Wittenberg.
I shall in all my best obey you, madam.
Why? Why? This loving and forced accord of Hamlet sits smiling to my heart. In grace, whereof no jocund, grace and health that Denmark drinks today, but a great canon to the clouds shall tell, and the kings rouse, the heavens shall root again. Respite in earthly thunder, come away.
Too sullied flesh would melt, fall and resolve itself into a dew. or that the everlasting had not fixed his cannon against self-slaughter. Oh, God. God. How weary, stale, flat, and unprofitable seem to me all the uses of this world. Fire. It's an unweeded garden that grows the seed. Things rank and gross in nature, possessing merely that it should come to this. But 2 months later, not so much thought too. So excellent a king that was to this Hyperion to a satyr, so loving to my mother, that he might not between the winds of heaven visit her face too roughly. Heaven and earth must I remember. Why, she would hang on him as if increase of appetite had grown by what is fed on, and yet, within a month, nothing on it. Frailty. Thy name is a woman. A little month. Ere yet those shoes were old, with which she followed my poor father's body like Niobe. Oh, tears. Why, even she, oh God, a beast that once discourse of reason would have moaned longer. Married with my uncle, my father's brother, but no more like my father than I to Hercules. A little month, ere yet the salt of most unrighteous gifts had left a flushing in her gullet eyes. She married. Oh, most wicked speech, to boast with such dexterity to incestuous sheets. It is not, nor it cannot come to good. But break my heart, for I must hold my tongue.
Hail to thy lordship!
I'm glad to see you well. Horatio, I do forget myself.
The same, my lord, and your poor servant ever.
So, my good friend, I'll change that name with you. Well, what make you from Wittenberg? Ah, Marcellus.
My good lord.
I'm glad to see you well. Good evening, sir. But what in faith make you at Elsinore?
A truant disposition, good my lord.
I would not hear your enemy say so, nor shall you do mine hear that violence. To make a truster of your own report against yourself, I know you are no truant. But what in faith is your affair in Elsinore will teach you to drink deep ere you depart?
My lord, I came to see your father's funeral.
I pray thee do not mock me, fellow student. I think it was to see my mother's wedding.
Indeed, my lord, it followed hard upon.
Thrift, Horatio. The funeral bakemeats that coldly furnish forth the marriage tables. Had I met my dearest foe in heaven, or ever I had seen that day, Horatio. My father. Methinks I see my father.
Where, my lord?
In my mind's eye, Horatio.
I saw him once. He was a goodly king.
He was a man. Taken for all in all, I shall not look upon his like again.
My lord, I think I saw him yesterday.
Saw who?
My lord, the king, your father.
The king, my father.
Season your admiration for a while with latent ear till I may deliver upon the witness of these gentlemen this marvel upon you.
For God's love, let me hear.
2 nights together did these gentlemen, Marcellus and Bernardo, whilst on their watch in the dead waste and middle of the night, and thus encountered a figure like your father, armed at point exactly, cap appears before them, and with solemn march walks slow and stately by them. Thrice he walked by there, oppressed in fear, surprising eyes within his truncheon's length, whilst they, almost distilled like jelly with the act of fear, stood dumb and spoke not to me. This in dreadful secrecy in part they did to me. I within the third night kept watch, whereas delivered both in time, form of the thing, each word made good and true, the apparition comes. And you will find. These hands are not more alike.
But where was this?
My lord, upon the platform where we watched.
Then did you not speak to it?
My lord, I did, but answer made it none. Yet once we thought it lifted its head up in the motion like as it would speak, but even then, the morning cock crew loud, and at its sound it shrunk away in great haste and vanished before our sight.
It was very strange.
As I do live, my lord, 'tis true. And we thought it written our duties to let you know.
Indeed, sirs, but this troubles me. Hold you the watch tonight.
We do, my lord.
Armed, say you.
Armed, my lord.
From top to toe.
My lord, from head to foot.
And then saw you not his face.
Oh yes, my lord, he wore his beaver on.
I will watch tonight. Perchance to walk again.
I warrant it will.
If it is through my noble father's person, I'll speak to it. Though hell itself should gape and bid me hold my peace. I pray you all, if you are bidden to conceal this sight, let it be tenable in your silence, then whatsoever else shall happen. Give it an understanding, but no tongue. I will require your love, so fare you well. Upon the platform twixt 11 and 12, I'll visit you.
Our duty to your honor.
Your loves. Here's my view. I follow the spirit in arms. Follows not well. I doubt some foul play, but the night will come. Till then, sit still, my soul. Foul deeds will rise, though all earth o'erwhelm them to men's eyes.
My necessaries are embarked. Oh. Farewell. And sister, as the winds give benefits and convey his assistance, do not sleep, but let me hear from you.
Do you doubt that?
For Hamlet. And the trifling of his favor. Hold it a fashion and a toy in blood. Violet in the youth of priming nature. Forward, not sweet, not lasting. The perfume and suppliance of a minute no more.
No more but so.
Think it no more. For nature crescent does not grow alone in thews and bolts. But as this temple waxes, the inward service of the mind and soul goes wide with all. Perhaps he loves you now. And now, nor soil nor cautel doth besmirch the virtue of his will, that you must fear. His greatness weighed, his will is not his own. He may not, as unvalued persons do, carve for himself, for on his choice depends the safety and health of this whole state. And therefore must his choice be circumscribed unto the yielding voice of that body whereof he is the head. And then, if he says that he loves you, it fits your will so far to believe it, as he in his particular act and place may give his saying indeed, which goes no further than the main voice of Denmark goes with all, and then weigh what loss your honor may sustain. If with too credent ear you list his songs, or you lose your heart or your chaste treasure over to his unmastered importunity, fear it, Ophelia, fear it, my dear sister, and keep you in the rear of your affection, out of the shot and danger of desire. Cherished maid is prodigal enough if she unmask her beauty to the moon. The canker gods, the infants of the spring, too oft before their buttons be disclosed, and in the morn and liquid dew of youth, contagious blasphemous are most imminent. So be wary, then. See, best safety lies in fear. The youth to itself rebels, though none else near.
I shall the effect of this good lesson keep as a watchman to my heart. A good my brother, do not, as some ungracious pastors do, show me that steep and thorny ways to heaven, whilst like a puffed and reckless libertine himself, the primrose path of dalliance treads and wrecks not his own reed.
Fear me not. I stay too long.
Laertes.
Oh, there comes
My
a
only
double
son.
blessing, a double grace. Occasion smiles upon a second leave. Father, upon thy honor, to my own self be true, and most humbly do I take my leave, my lord.
Go, son. May God be with you.
Farewell, Ophelia. I remember well what I have said to you.
This in my memory lock, and you yourself shall keep the key.
Farewell.
So please you, something touching the Lord Hamlet.
Now tell me.
Lord, he had late made many tenders of his affection to me.
Oh, affection, you speak like the greenest girl.
I do not know, Lord, what I should think.
Well, maybe you shouldn't think too much, because you'll render and tender me a fool.
My Lord, he had importuned me with love in honorable fashion, and had given consonance to his speech, my Lord, with almost all the holy vows of heaven.
Ophelia, do not waste your time with Hamlet. Do you hear me? Do you hear me? Look at me. Don't waste time with Hamlet. Do as I say! Come with me now.
Shall obey.
There, my shrewdly, it is very cold.
It is a nipping and eager air, my lord.
1 hour now.
I think it lacks of 12.
No one is struck.
Indeed, I heard it not. It now draws near the season wherein the spirit held its wants to walk. My lord, I heard trumpets playing early in the night. What did that mean?
The king doth wake tonight and takes his rouse. Keeps wassail and the swaggering upspring reels, and as he drains his draughts of Rhenish down, the kettle drum and trumpet does bray out the triumph of his pledge.
Is it a custom?
Aye, merry is it, but to my mind, though I am native here into the manor born, is a custom more honored in the breach than the observance. This heavy-headed rebel, east and west, makes us traduced in text of other nations. They club us drunkards, and with swinish phrase soil our addition.
My lord,
Well,
it comes!
angels and ministers of grace defend us! Be thou a spirit of hell from goblin damned, bring with the airs from heaven or blessed from hell. Be thy intent wicked or charitable, thou comest in such a questionable shape that I will speak to thee. I'll call thee Hamlet, King, Father, right there, no answer me, what should we do?
It beckons you to go away with it as if it did some important desire to you alone.
Look with a courteous action, it waves you to a more removed ground, but do not go with it.
No, by no means.
It waves me forth, I'll follow it.
Do not, my lord.
Why? What should be the fear? I do not set my life in a pin's fee, and what can it do to that? Being a thing immortal as itself. Still am I called, I'll follow thee.
What if it tempt you to the flood, my lord? To the dreadful summits of a cliff which beetles over his basin into the sea. From there take on some horrible form which may deprive you of your sovereignty of reason and draw you into madness. Think of it, my lord. This very place puts toys of desperation without more motive into every brain that looks into the many fathoms of the sea and hears it roar beneath.
It weighs me still, I'll follow it.
You shall not go, my lord!
My fate cries out and makes each petty artery in this body as hardy as the Nemean lion's nerve. Unhand me, gentlemen! By heaven, only a ghost of him that lets me. Go on, I'll follow thee.
He waxes with desperate imagination. He's not fit thus to obey. Have after. To what issue will this come?
Something is rotten in the state of Denmark.
Heaven will direct it.
Nay, let's follow him.
Speak. I'll go no further.
Mark me.
I will.
My hour is almost come, when I, to sulphurous and tormenting flames, must render up myself.
Alas, poor ghost.
Pity me not, but lend thy serious hearing for what I shall unfold,
Speak. I'm bound to hear.
and bound to revenge when thou shalt hear.
What?
I am thy father's spirit, doomed for a certain term to walk the night and confined to fast in fires till the foul crimes of my days of nature are burnt and purged away. But that I am forbid to tell the secrets of my prison house, I could a tale unfold whose lightest words would harrow up thy soul. Freeze thy blood, make thy true eyes like stars start in their spheres. They knotted and combined locks to part in each particular hair to stand on end like quills upon the fearful turpentine. But this eternal blazon is not for ears of flesh and blood. List, list, oh list. If ever thou didst thy dear father love,
Oh, God.
revenge his foul and unnatural murder.
Murder!
Murder most foul as in the best it is, but this most strange, foul, and unnatural.
Haste me to know it, that I with wings as swift as meditation or the thoughts of love may swing to my revenge.
I find thee apt, and duller should thou be than the fat weed that leaps with ease on leafy warp. If thou not stir in this. But here, dear Hamlet, here. Your father, ghost, has been affected by thy brother.
Oh, my prophetic soul! My uncle!
Aye, that incestuous, that adulterate beast, with witchcraft of his wits and wicked gifts, oh, wicked wit and gifts, that so hath the power to seduce by his shameful lust the will of my seeming virtuous queen. Oh, Hamlet, what a falling off was there. And to me, whose love was of that dignity that it went hand in hand with the vows I made to her in marriage, and to decline upon a wretch whose natural gifts were poor to those of mine. But virtue, as it never will be moved, though lewdness courted in a shape of heaven, so lust, though to a radiant angel linked, will sate itself in a celestial bed and prey on garden. But soft, methinks I scent the morning air, brief let me be. Sleeping in my orchard, my custom always of the afternoon. And upon my secure hour, thy uncle stole, with juice of cursed even and of bile, and in the porches of my ears did pour the leprous distillment, whose enmity has such an effect on blood of man, that swift as quicksilver, it courses through the natural gates and alleys of the body, and with a southern vigor doth posset and curd, like eager droppings into milk the thin and wholesome blood. So did it mine. and in an instant tenor barked about. Laser-like, most vile, loathsome, crushed all my smooth life. Thus was I, sleeping by a brother's hand, of life, of crown, of queen at once disposed, cut off in the blossoms of my sin, unhoused, disappointed, unannealed, no reckoning made, but sent to my account with all my imperfections on my head. Oh, horrible, horrible, most horrible! If thou hast nature in thee, bear it not. Let not the royal bed of Denmark be a couch for luxury and damned incest. But howsoever thou pursuest this, take not thy mind, nor contrive thy soul against thy mother art. Leave her to heaven, and to those thorns that in her bosom lodge, to prick and sting her. Fare thee well. The glowworm shows the matin to be near, and begins to pale its ineffectual fire. And you, remember me.
Oh, you host of heaven! Oh, earth! Oh, hell! And shall I couple hell? Oh, fine, fine. Hold my heart. And you, my sinews, grow not instant old, but bear me stably up. Aye, thou poor ghost, whilst memory holds a seat in this distracted globe, remember thee. Yeah, from the table of my memory, I'll wipe away all trivial fond records, all saws of books, all forms, all pressures past, that youth and observation copied there, and thy commandment all alone shall live within the book and volume of my brain, unmixed with baser matter. Yes, by heaven, oh, most pernicious woman! Oh, villain, smiling damned villain! My tables, meat it is, I set it down, that one may smile and be a villain. At least, I'm sure it may be so in Denmark. So, uncle, there you are. Now to my word, it is adieu, remember me, I've sworn.
My lord, heavens to Jove!
So be it.
Hello, my lord.
Oh, my come,
My lord, what news, my good lord?
Wonderful.
Good, my lord, tell it.
No, you'll reveal it.
Not I, my lord, by heaven.
How is it that heart of man would once think it would all be secret?
By heaven, my lord.
There's never a villain dwelling in all Denmark, but he's an errand knave.
There needs no ghost, my lord, come from the grave to tell us this.
Why, right, sir, you are in the right, and so I hold it fit that we shake hands in part. You as your business and desire shall point, you as every man has business and desire such as it is. For my own poor part, look you, I'll go pray.
These are but wild and whirling words, my lord.
I'm sorry they offend you heartily, yes, sweet heartily.
There's no offense, my lord.
Oh, by St. Patrick, but there is, Horatio, and much offense too. Touching this vision here, does not as ghost that let me tell you, but for you to know what is between us, or mastered as you may. And now, good friends, as you are friends, scholars, and soldiers, give me one poor request.
What is it, my lord? We will.
Never make known what you have seen tonight.
In faith, my lord, not I.
No, but swear it!
I, my lord, in faith.
Paul my sword! Come on, you hear this fellow on the celery? Consent to swear!
Propose the oath, my lord.
Never make known what you have seen tonight. Come hither, gentlemen, and lay your hands again upon my sword. never to speak of this that you have seen.
Where?
Rest! Rest, perturbed spirit. So, gentlemen, with all my love, I do commend me to you. And what so poor a man as Hamlet is may do, to express his love and friending to you, God willing, shall not lack. Let us go in together and still your fingers on your lips, I pray. The time is out of joint. Oh, cursed spite! If ever I was born to set it right, nay, come, let us go in together.
My lord, as I was sewing in my closet, Lord Hamlet, with his doublet all ungraceful, had upon his head his stockings fouled, unguarded, and down by his ankle. He all has his shirt, his knees knocking each other, and with a look so piteous and profound as he did speak of horrors. He comes before me.
Are you mad for his love?
I do not know, Lord, but truly I do fear it.
What did he say to you?
Well, he took me my right wrist and held me hard, and then he goes to the length of all his arm, and then with his other hand, goes over his brow. Falls to such perusal of my face as he would draw it. Long stayed he so. At last a little shaking of my arm and raised his head, waving up and down. He raised a sigh so piteous and profound, as if it seemed to shatter all his bulk and end his being. That done, he lets me go, and with his head over his shoulder turned, he found his way without his eyes, for out the doors without their helps, to their last making their light on me.
Fuck. The king. The king, the king, the king, the king. We must see the king. Now.
Welcome, dear Rosencrantz Guildenstern. Polonius. Moreover, that we much still long to see you, the need we have to use you did prolong our hasty sending. Polonius? Alright, something have you heard of Hamlet's transformation, so-called? See, no the interior, no the exterior man resembles that it was. What it should be more than his father's death that does have put him so much from the occasion of himself, I cannot dream of. We entreat you both that being of so young days brought up with him, that you vouchsafe your stay here in our court for some little time, and by your companies that you gather from him, whether aught to us unknown, afflicts him thus that open lies within our remedy.
Good gentleman, he hath much talked of you, and sure I am to men there is not living to whom he might hear. If it will please you to show us so much gentry and goodwill, as to expend your time with us a while for the supply and profit of our whole. Your visitation occasion shall receive such thanks as fits the kings remembers.
Are both your majesties, Mike, by the sovereign power you have of us, put your dread pleasures more to command than to entreaty?
But we both obey, and here give up ourselves in full bed to lay our services freely at your feet, to be commanded.
Thank you, dear Rosencrantz Guildenstern.
Thanks, Guildenstern and gentle Rosencrantz. And I beseech you instantly to visit my too much changed son. Go, some of you, and bring these gentlemen where Hamlet is.
Heavens make our presence in our practices both pleasant and helpful to him.
Thank you, Rosencrantz Guildenstern. Haste to you. Polonius tells me that he knows the head and source of all your son's distemper.
I doubt it is no other but the name. His father's death and our over-hasty marriage.
Well, we shall see. VOLTIMAND. What is from our brother Noble?
Most fair returns of greetings and desires. Upon our first, he set out to suppress his nephew's levies, which, to him, appeared to be a preparation against the Polak. But, better looked into, he found it was truly against your highness. We're agreed that so his sickness, age, and impotence were so falsely borne in hand, sends an arrest on Fortinbras, which he, in brief, obeys, receives rebuke from Norway, and makes vow before his uncle never more to give the assay of arms against your majesty. Where at old Norway, so overcome with joy, gives him 3,000 crowns in annual fee, and is commissioned to employ those troops, so levied as before, against the Polak, with an entreaty herein further shown, that it might please you to give quiet pass through your domains of this enterprise on such regards of safety and allowances therein are set down.
Thank you, VOLTIMAND. Thank you, and with some more time we'll read, answer, and think upon this business. In the meantime, we thank you for your well-took labor, and we beseech you to stay here tonight with us and to rest and drink.
Thank you, my lord.
Make haste your duties. Thank you, dear my lord. What does your son?
Look, where sadly the poor wretch comes leading.
Let's hide ourselves.
My honored lord,
My most dear lord!
My excellent good friend, Guildenstern, Rosencrantz, how do you go?
As the indifferent children of the earth.
happy, not only happy, fortune's cap were not the very button.
No, the soles of her shoes.
Oh, neither, my lord.
Then you live about her waist or in the middle of her favors.
Faith and private, sweetie.
The secret parts of fortune, most sure she is a strumpet. What news?
Oh, none, my lord, but that the world's grown honest.
Then it's doomsday in here. But your news is not true. Let me question more in particular. What have you, my good friends, deserved at the hands of fortune that she sends you to prison hither?
Prison, my lord.
Aye. Denmark's a prison.
Then is the world one.
A goodly one, in which there are many confines, wards, dungeons, Denmark being one of the worst.
We think not so, my lord.
Why then, 'tis none to you, for there is nothing good or bad, but thinking makes it so. To me, it is a prison.
Well, then your ambition makes it one. It's too narrow for your mind.
Oh God, I could be bounded in a nutshell and counted king of infinite space were it not that I have bad dreams.
Which dreams indeed are ambition. For the very substance of the ambitious is merely the shadow of a dream.
A dream itself is but a shadow.
Truly. And I hold ambition of such airy and lighted quality, it's but a shadow's shadow.
Then are our beggars' bodies and our monarchs and outstretched heroes the beggars' shadows? Shall we to the court, for by my fay I cannot reason.
We'll wait upon you.
No such matter. I will not sold you with the rest of my servants, for to speak to you like an honest man, I am most dreadfully attended. But what in faith make you at Elsinore?
To see you, my lord. No other occasion.
Beggar that I am even poor in thanks. But sure, my dear friends, my thanks are too dear a halfpenny. Were you not sent for? Is it your own inclining? Is it a free visitation? Nay, come, deal justly with me. Come, speak.
What shall we say, my lord?
Why, anything but to the purpose. You were sent for, and there's a kind of confession in your looks which your modesties have not craft enough to color. I know the good king and queen have sent for you.
To what end, my lord?
That you must teach me. But let me conjure you, friends, by the rights of our fellowship, by the consonancy of our youth, be even and direct with me, whether you were sent for or no.
What's a...
Nay, that I have an eye of you. If you love me, hold not all.
My lord, we were sent.
I will tell you why. So shall my anticipation prevent your discovery and your secrecy to the king and queen. Well, no fellow. I have of late, but wherefore I know not, lost all my mirth, foregone all custom of exercises, and indeed, it goes so heavily with my disposition that this goodly frame, the earth, seems to me a sterile promontory. This excellent canopy, the air, look you, this brave o'erhanging firmament, this majestical roof, fretted with golden fire. Why? It appears no other thing to me than a foul and pestilent congregation of vapors. What a piece of work is a man! How noble in reason, how infinite in faculty, in form, in moving, how express and admirable in action, how like an angel, in apprehension, how like a god. The beauty of this world, the paragon of animals, and yet, to me, what is this quintessence of dust? Man delights not me, nor no woman neither. But by her smiling you seem to say so.
My lord, there was no such stuff in my thoughts.
Why did you laugh then when I said man delights not me?
Well, to think if you delight not in man, what Lenten entertainment the players shall receive from you. We go to them on the way, and here they are coming to offer you service.
Hmm? What players are they?
Those you are wont to delight in. The tragedians of the city.
How chances that they travel? Their reputation, both in residence and profit, was better both ways.
Oh, I think their inhibition comes by means of the late innovation.
Do they hold the same estimation they did when I was in the city? Are they so fallen?
No, indeed they are not.
How goes it? Do they grow rusty?
Nay, their endeavor goes in the wanted pace. There is, however, an eyrie of children, little eyeses that cry out on top of the question and are most tyrannically clap for it. And tyrannically clap for it. This is not the fashion. And so berattles the common stage, or so they're called, such that those wearing rapiers are afraid of goose quills and dare scarce come thither.
What? Are they children?
There are the players.
Gentlemen, you are welcome at Elsinore, but my uncle, father, and aunt mother are deceived.
What, my dear old
I am but mad northwest. When the wind is southerly, I know a hawk from a handsaw. Be the players ready!
Lord Hamlet, the players are here.
Masters! Oh, you are welcome! Oh, old friend. Oh, my old lady and Welcome! We'll lean to it like French falconers, fly at anything we see. We'll have a speech straight. Come, give us a taste of your quality. Come, a passionate speech.
What speech, my good lord?
I heard thee speak me a speech once, but it was never acted, or if it was, never above once, for the play pleased not the million. It was caviar to the general, but was, as I received it, an excellent play, well digested in the scenes. One speech in it I chiefly loved was Aeneas' tale to Dido thereabout of it, where he speaks of Priam's slaughter. If you live in your memory, begin at his life. Let me see. The rugged Pyrrus, like the hurricane. It is not so.
It is too long. This is too long.
Ah! It begins with Pyrrhus. Let me see. The rugged Pyrrhus, he whose sable arms, black as his purpose, did the night resemble, as he lay couched in the arm of his horse, had now this dreaded and black complexion, smeared with heraldry more dismal. Head to foot, now his eternal gules, horridly tricked with blood of fathers, mothers, daughters, sons, baked and impasted with the parching streets, roasted in wrath and fire, and thus oversized with coagulate cord, with eyes like carbuncles, the hellish Pyrrhus, old grandsire Priam seeks. Thomas you.
Anon, he finds him, striking too short at Greeks. His antique sword, rebellious to his arm, lies where it falls, repugnant to command. Unequal matched, Pyrrhus at Priam drives, enraged by strikes, but with the width and wind of his felt sword, the honored father falls. Then senseless Ilium, seeming to feel this blow, with flaming top stoops to his base, and with a hideous crash, takes prisoners Paris' ear. For lo, which was declining on the milky head of Reverend Priam, seeming there to stick. So I spent it. Tyrant Paris stood, like neutral to his will and matter, did nothing. But as we often see against some storm, the silence in the heaven, the bird wind speechless, the rock stands still, the earth below us hush, as death. And none the dreadful thunder doth rend the region. So after Paris posed, aroused vengeance set him to work. And never did Cyclops' hammer fall, on Mercy's hammer forged, for prove eternal, with less remorse than Paris' bleeding sword now falls on Priam. Out! 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 That's your plan for two. All you gods and general synod, take away her power, break all the sparks and failings from her will, and bowl down the name of heaven as low as the fence.
Very good. Thanks for that. Very good. Stay on, come to Hecuba.
Who? Oh, who had seen the mobile queen?
Mobile queen.
Run barefoot up and down, trapped in the flame with beast and room, a cloud upon the head where Lady Diadem stood, and full and robe about her line came all the words in once. A blanket in the alarm of your cup. Who this had seen, with tongue in venom steeped, gained fortune which treason had pronounced. But if the god themselves did see her then, when she saw Pyrrhus make malicious sport in mincing with his sword her husband's limbs, the instant burst of crumble that she made, unless things mortal moved them not at all, would have made rich the burning eyes of heaven in passion in the gods.
'Tis well, I have to speak out the rest too. We'll hear a play tomorrow night. My lord, we should
Yes, very well rewarded. Come hither.
Dost thou hear me, old friend? Can you play the murder of Gonzago?
Aye, my lord.
Did you, for a need, study a speech of some 12 or 16 lines that I would set down and insert it?
Aye, my lord.
Very well. Follow that lord and look you mock him not. slave am I. Is it not monstrous that this player here, but in a fiction, in a dream of passion, could force his soul so to his own conceit, that from her working all his visage, wan, tears in his eyes, a broken aspect, and his whole function suiting with forms to his conceit, and all for nothing. For Hecuba, what's Hecuba to him, or he to Hecuba, that he should weep for her? What would he do? Had he the motive and cue for passion that I have, he would drown the stage with tears, and cleave the general ear with horrid speech, make mad the guilty, appall the free, confound the ignorant, and amaze indeed the very faculties of eyes and ears. Yet I, a dull and muddy-metaled rascal, peaked like John of Dreams, unpregnant of my cause, and can say nothing. No, not for a king, upon whose property and most dear life a damned defeat was made. Am I a coward? Who calls me villain? Breaks my bait across, plucks off my beard, blows it in my face, gives me the lie in the throat as deep as to the lungs. Who does me this? Swoons. I should take it, for it cannot be, but I am pigeon-livered and lack gall to make oppression bitter. For ere this I should have fatted all the raging kites with this slaying's awful. Bloody, body villain, remorseless, treacherous, lecherous, kindless villain! Oh, vengeance! Why, what an ass am I! This is most brave, that I, the son of a dear father murdered, prompted to my revenge by heaven and hell, must like a whore unpack my heart with words and follow cursing, like a very drug, a scullion. Fie upon it, foul! About my grief, I have heard that guilty creatures, sitting at a play, have by the very cunning of the scene been struck so to the soul that presently they have proclaimed their malefactions. For murder, though it have no tongue, does speak with most miraculous organ. I'll have these players play something like the murder of my father before mine uncle. I'll observe his looks. I'll tend him to the quick. If he do blanch, I know my cause. The spirit that I have seen may be the devil. And the devil hath power to assume a pleasing shape. Yeah. And perhaps, out of my weakness and my melancholy, as he is very potent with such spirits, abuses me to damn me. I'll have grounds more relative than this. The play's the thing wherein I'll catch the conscience of the king.
And can you by no trick to comfort escape from him why he puts on this behavior, grating so harshly on his days of quiet with violent and turbulent lunacy?
He does confess he feels himself distracted, but from what cause he will by no means speak.
Nor do we find him forward to be sounded, but a crafty man keeps himself aloof, for we would bring it to some confession of true state.
Did he receive you well?
Most like a gentleman, but with much forcing of his disposition.
I'm here to question, but of our demands, most fitting his reply.
Did you say him to any pastime?
Madam, it so fell out that certain players we all off on the way. Of these we told him, and there did seem to be a kind of joy to hear of it. They're here, about the court, and as I think, have ordered this night to play before him.
He likes us well, and with pleasure we will go and see that play. leave us, gentlemen. Make haste, and we will see you later on the play.
Very good, my lord.
Gertrude, leave us too, for we have closely sent for Hamlet here, that he, as it were by accident, may hear affront Ophelia.
I shall obey you. And for your part, Ophelia, I do wish that you good beauties be the head because of Hamlet's violence. So shall I hope your virtues will bring him to his wonted way again, to both your eyes.
Madame, I wish it may.
You're not to me. That is a question. Whether it is nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or to take arms against the sea of troubles, and by opposing, end him, to die, sleep, sleep, no more, and by sleep to sleep, we end the heartache, and the thousand natural shocks that flesh is heir to. The consummation devoutly to be wished. Die. Sleep. To sleep, perchance to dream. There's the rub. For in that sleep of death, what dreams may come. When we have shuffled off this mortal coil, must give us pause. There's a respect that makes calamity of so long life. For who would bear the whips and scorns of time, the oppressor's wrong, the proud man's contumely, the pangs of despised love, the law's delay, the insolence of office, and the spurns that patient merit of the unworthy takes, when he himself might as quiet as me, with a bare body. Who would fardels bear the grunt and sweat under a weary life, but that the dread of something after death, the undiscovered country from whose bourne no traveler returns, puzzles the will, and makes us rather bear those ills than fly to others we know not of. Thus, conscience does make cowards of us all. And thus, the native hue of resolution is sicklied over with the pale cast of thought, and enterprises of great pith and moment, with this regard, that currents turn awry, and lose the name of action. Softy now, fair Ophelia, and thou risen be all my sins remembered.
Good, my lord. How does your honor many a day?
I humbly thank you. Well, well, well.
My lord, I have remembrances of yours that I have longed to deliver. I pray you now receive them.
No, not I. Never gave you aught.
My honored lord, you know right well you did. And with the words, oh so sweet, like breath proposed as make the things more rich. Take this again. For to the noble mind, rich gifts wax poor when givers prove unkind. There, my lord.
Are you honest?
My lord,
Are you fair?
what means your lordship?
That if you be honest and fair, your honesty should admit no discourse to your beauty.
Could beauty, my lord, have better commerce than with honesty?
Aye, truly, for the power of beauty will sooner transform honesty from what it is to a bawd than the force of honesty can translate beauty into his likeness.
Could
This was some time of paradox, but now the time gives it.
Could beauty have better commerce than with honesty?
I did love you once.
Indeed, my lord, you made me believe so.
You should not have believed me. For virtue cannot so inoculate our old stock, but we shall relish in it. I love you not.
Or is the more deceived?
Get thee to a nunnery. Why wouldst thou be a breeder of sinners? I am myself indifferent honest, and yet I could accuse me of such things that it were better my mother had not borne me. I am very proud, revengeful, ambitious, and with more offenses at my beck than thoughts to put them in, imagination to give them shape, or time to act them in. What should such fellows as I do, crawling between earth and heaven? We are errant knaves all. Believe none of us. Go thy ways to another. Where's your father?
At home, my lord.
Let the doors be shut upon him, that he may play the fool nowhere but in his own house.
Heavenly powers help him!
If thou dost marry, I'll give thee this play for thy dowry. Be thou as chaste as ice, as pure as snow, thou shalt not escape calumny. To a nunnery, go very quickly too. Or if thou would needs marry, marry a fool, for wise men know well enough what monsters you make of them. To a nunnery.
Heavenly powers restore him!
I have heard of your paintings too well enough. God has given you one face, and you make yourselves another. You jig, you amble, and you lisp. You nickname God's creatures and make your wantonness your ignorance. I'll have no more on it. It had made me mad. I say, there'll be no more marriages. Those that are married already, all but one, shall live. The rest shall keep as they are. To a nunnery. Go.
Oh, what a noble mind is here overthrown. The courtiers, scholars, eye, tongue, sword. The expectancy and the rose of the fair state. The glass of fashion and the mold of form. The observed of all observers. White down. And I, of ladies most deject and rich that suck the honey of these music bells, now see that the most noble and southern reason, like sweet bells jangled, out of tune and harsh, an unmatched form and feature, a blow blasted with ecstasy. Oh, woe is me. You have seen what I see.
His affections do not that way. he spoke, though he lacked form, and it was not like madness. There was something brooding in his heart, over which his melancholy sits on brood, and I do doubt that this close will be some danger, which to evade, I have sent him to England. Madness in great ones must not know where to go.
Speak the speech, I pray it, as I pronounce it to you, tripping on the tongue. But if you mouth it, as many of your players do, I had at least the count crash for nor do not saw the air too much with your hand thus, but use all gently. For in the very torrent, tempest, and may I say, whirlwind of passion, you must acquire and beget a temperance that may give it smoothness. Oh, it offends me to the soul to hear a robustious, periwig-pated fellow tear a passion to tatters, the very rags, to split the ears of the groundlings, who for the most part are capable of nothing but inexplicable dumb shows and noise. I would have such a fellow whipped for doing termagant. Without Herod's Herod. Pray, avoid it.
I warrant your honor, sir.
Be not to tame, neither. Let your discretion be your tutor. Suit the action to the word to the action, with the special observance that you not overstep the modesty of nature. For anything so overdone is from the purpose of playing, whose end both at the first and now was and is to hold as 'twere the mirror up to nature, show virtue her own feature, scorn her own image, and the very age and body of this hand is form and pressure. Now this overdone or comes hardy off, though it make the unskillful laugh, cannot make the judicious grieve, the censor of the which one must in your allowance overweigh a whole theatre of others. I have heard players play and others praise, and that highly, not to speak it profanely, that neither having the accent of Christian, nor the gait of Christian, pagan, nor man, have so strutted and bellowed that I thought some of nature's journeymen had made men and not made them well. They imitated humanity so abominably.
I hope we have reformed that indifferently with us, sir.
Oh, reform it altogether, and let those that play or clown speak no more than is set down for them. For there be of them that make themselves laugh to set on some quantity of barren spectators to laugh too, but in the meanwhile it leaves some necessary question of the play yet to be considered. That's villainous and shows the most pitiful ambition in the fool that uses it. Go, make you ready. What? Oh, Horatio!
Here, my sweet lord, at your service.
Horatio, thou art even as just a man as ever my conversation Coppola.
My dear lord.
Nay, do not think I flatter. For what advancement may I hope of thee, that no revenue hast with thy good spirits, to feed and clothe thee? No, that the candied tongue with absurd pomp and grip the pregnant hinges of the knee, where thrift may follow, find as thou here. Since my dear soul was mistress of her choice and good of men distinguished, her election had sealed thee for herself. For thou hast been, as one in suffering all that suffers nothing, a man whose fortunes, buffets, and rewards has taken with equal thanks, and blessed are those whose blood and judgment are so well commingled that they are not a pipe for fortune's finger to sound what stuff she please. Give me that man that's not passion slave, and I'll wear him in my heart's coat, in my heart of heart, as I do thee. Something too much of this. There is a play tonight before the king. One scene of it in particular comes near the circumstance which I told thee of my father's death. I pray thee, when thou seest that act afoot, even with the very comment of thy soul, observe mine uncle. If his occulted guilt should hide itself uncannily in one speech, it is a damned ghost that we have seen, and my imaginations are as foul as Vulcan's steady. Give him heedful note, and I mine eyes will rivet to his face, and after we will both our judgments join in censor of his seeming.
Well, my lord, if he steals aught whilst displays plague and escape detection, I will pay the theft.
Get your place, I think I hear them coming. I must be idle.
How does our cousin Hamlet?
Excellent, in faith. I eat the air, promise crammed. You cannot feed cave and soul.
I have nothing with this answer, Hamlet. Those words are not mine.
No, nor mine now. Be the players ready!
Aye, my lord, they stay upon your patience.
Come hither, dear Hamlet. Sit by me.
No, mother, here's metal more attractive. Lay me alive on your lap.
No, my lord.
My head upon your lap.
No, my lord.
Do you think I'm in country matters?
I think nothing, my lord.
It is a fair thought to lie between maids' legs.
You are married, my lord. I, my lord.
Hey!
For us and for our tragedy, we are stooping to your clemency. We beg your hearing patiently.
It's the post.
For 30 times hath Phoebus' cart gone round. Neptune saw wash and Telesis orbit ground. 30 dozen moons with borrowed sheen have about the world times 1230s been. Since love our hearts and Hymen did our hands, unite mutual in sacred bands.
So many journeys. May the sun and moon make us count again the world love be done. Oh, me. You are so sick of late, so far from cheer and from your former state, that I distrust you. Yet though I discomfort you, my lord, nothing must. For women fear too much, even as they love. And women fear and love for quantity, neither art or in extremity. Now what my love is, who had made you know? And as my love is sized, my fear is so. Where love is great, the little is doubt or fear. The little fear grows great. Great love goes there.
Faith, I must leave thee, love. And shortly too. My operant powers their functions leave to do. And thou shalt live in this fair world behind, honored, beloved, and happily one is kind, for husband thou shalt take. to love in my wake.
Oh, confound the rest. Such love must need be treason in my breast. In second husband, let me be accursed. None were the second, but who killed the first. The instances that second marriage move are based respect of truth, but none of love. The second time I kiss my husband dead, when second husband kisses me in bed.
I do believe you think what now you spake, but what we do determine oft we break. Purpose is but the slave to memory, a violent birth, but poor validity, which now, like fruit unripe, sits on the tree, but fall unshaken when they mellow be. Most necessary 'tis that we forget to pay ourselves what to ourselves is debt. What to ourselves in passion we propose, the passion ending doth the purpose lose. The violence of either grief or joy, their own inactions with themselves destroy. Where joy most revels, grief doth most lament. Joy grieves, grief joys on slender accident. The world is not for aye, nor 'tis not strange that even our loves should with our fortunes change. For 'tis a question left us yet to prove, whether love lead fortune, or else fortune love. The great man down, you mark his favorite flight. The poor advanced makes friends of enemies. For hitherto doth love on fortune tend. For who not needs shall never lack a friend, and who in want all a friend doth try, directly seasons him his enemy.
Oh.
But orderly, to end where I begun. Our wills and fates do so contrary run. All our devices still are overthrown. Our thoughts are ours, their ends none of our own. So think thou wilt, though second husband wed, but die thy thoughts when thy first lord is dead.
Nor earth to me give food, nor heaven light, sport and repose lock from me day and night. To desperation turn my trust and hope, and Inca's cheering prison be my scope. Each opposite that blanks the face of joy meets what I would have, and it is try. But he's in here to see me lastly. Strive. If once a widow I ever be wife.
'Tis deeply sworn. 'Tis deeply sworn. Faith, leave me here a while. My spirits grow dull in the thing I would beguile. A tedious day with sleep.
Madam, how like you this play?
The lady
is it? What is the argument?
They do a jest, no offense in the world.
Well, what do you call it, pray?
A mousetrap. Marry, how? Tropically. This is an English piece of work, but what of that? Your Majesty and we that have free souls, it touches us not. Let the gall jade wins, our withers are none.
You are good as a chorus, my lord. You are a king, my lord. You are a king.
This is one Lucianus, nephew to the king. Leave thy damnable faces, begin murderer, pox. The quaking raven doth bellow for revenge. Thoughts black, hands zapped, drugs fits and time agreeing. Confederate season else, no creature seen. Thy mixture rank of midnight weeds collected, with the Hecate's bang, thrice blasted, twice infected. By natural magic and dire property, on unwholesome life, usurp immediate. He poisons them in the garden for his estate. You shall see anon how the murderer gets the love of Gonzaga's wife.
He rises.
What? Frightened and falls fire?
How fares my lord?
Give me some lights! Lights! Lights!
Why? Let the stricken deer go weep. The Highland god play. Some must watch while some must sleep. So runs the world away. Would not this, sir, in a forest of feathers, with 2 provincial roses on my range shoe, get me a fellowship in a craft players?
Half a share.
Oh, one eye, for thou dost know, oh Damon dear, this realm dismantled was of Jove himself, and now reigns here a very, very Pajok.
You might have rhymed.
I'll take the ghost's word for 1,000 pounds, is perceived.
I did, my lord.
Upon the talk of the poison.
I did very well noted, my lord.
Well, come, some music, calm the recorders.
My lord, fancy for your word with you!
Sir, a whole history.
The king, sir.
Aye, sir, what of him?
In this retirement, as marvelously distinguished!
With drink, sir.
Nay, lord, rather with color.
Well, for me to put him through his purgation, my brass plunge him into far more color.
Good, my lord. Put your discourse in some sort of frame, and start not so wildly for my affair!
I am tame, sir. Pronounce.
The queen, your mother, in great affliction of spirit, hath sent me to you!
You are welcome!
Nay, good my lord, this courtesy is not of the right breed. If it so please you to give me an wholesome answer, I shall do your mother's commandment. If not, your pardon and my return shall be there now, I get that!
I cannot, sir.
What, my lord?
Make you a wholesome answer. My wit's disease, but such answer as I can make, you shall command. Or my mother, you say, but no more to the matter. My mother, you say.
She says your behavior has struck her into amazement and admiration.
Ah, wonderful son that can so astonish a mother. But is there no sequel at the heels of this mother's admiration in part?
She wishes to see you in her closet ere you go to bed.
They shall obey were she 10 times our mother. Have you any further trade with us?
My lord, you once did love me.
And do still, by his fingers and sealers!
Good my lord! What is the cause of your distemper? Surely you do bother to draw upon your own liberty if you deny your griefs to your friends?
Sirs, I lack advancement.
Oh! How can that be, when you have the voice for the king himself for your succession in Denmark?
Well, while the grass grows, the proverb is something musty. Ah! The recorders, let me see one. To withdraw you, why do you go about to recover the wind of me as if you would drive me into a toil?
My lord, if my duty be too bold, My love is too unmannerly.
Will you play upon his pipe?
My lord, I cannot.
I pray.
Believe me, I cannot.
I do beseech you.
I know not touch it, my lord!
It's as easy as lying. Govern these vintages with your fingers and thumb. Give it breath with your mouth and with the score's most eloquent music. Look, you hear the stops. Oh.
I cannot command with any utterance of harmony. I have not a skill!
Why? Look you now, how unworthy a thing you make of me. You would play upon me. You would seem to know my stops. You would pluck out the heart of my mystery. You would sound me from my lowest note to the top of my compass. And there is much music, excellent voice in this little organ. Yet cannot you make it speak. Splad, you think I'm easier to be played on in a pipe? Call me what instrument you will. Though you can fret me, you cannot play upon me.
Hamlet!
God bless you, sir.
The queen is waiting.
You see yonder cloud over there in the shape of a camel? A camel? Or like a weasel?
Weasel.
Or like a whale?
Yes, yes.
Then I'll come to this. I'll come to my mother by and by. They fool me to the top of my bend. By and by. Leave me, friends. Tis now the very witching time of night, when churchyards yawn and hell itself should breathe contagion to this world. Now could I drink hot blood and do such bitter business as the bitter day would quake to look on. So, now to my mother. Let me be cruel, not unnatural. I will speak daggers to her, but use none. My heart and soul in this be hypocrites. How in my words somever she be shed, to give them seals never, my soul consent.
Seems safe with us to let his madness grow. Therefore, prepare you your dispatch in order to send him to England. Thank you, Kris Tash.
We will ourselves provide those holy and religious care that keeps those many bodies safe that live and feed on your majesty.
A single and peculiar life is bound with all the strength and armor of the mind to keep itself from annoyance. But much more, that spirit upon whose wheel depends and rests the lives of many. The sense of majesty dies not alone. It's like a gulf that draws all near it with it. Or it's like a massy wheel fixed on the summit of the highest mount, to whose huge spokes 10,000 lesser things are mortised and adjoined. And when it falls, each small and excellent, petty consequence attends the boisterous stream. Never alone does the king sigh, but with a general groan.
Make haste and go. Take Hamlet with you.
We will hasten.
Polonius. 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 Go and seek Hamlet. Or go and seek his mother. Hide yourself in the closet and see what Hamlet does. Yes, Your Majesty. Okay, make haste to this. heaven. It hath the primal eldest curse upon it, a brother's murder. Pray can I not, no inclination, be as strong as will. A stronger guilt defeats my strong intent. Like a curse to double business bound, I stand in pause, where I should first begin a bold neglect. What if this cursed hand were thicker than itself with brother's blood? Is there not rain enough in the sweet heavens to wash it white as snow? Whereto serves mercy, but to confront the beasts of offense? And what's in prayer but these twofold foes? To be forestalled ere we come to fall, or pardon being down. Then I look up, my fault is past. But oh, what kind of prayer can serve my turn? Forgive me, my foul murder. That cannot be, since I am still possessed of those effects for which I did murder. My crown. My own ambition. And my queen. Can one be pardoned and retain the offense? In the corrupted currents of this world, offense's gilded hand may show by justice, and oft it is sin, the gilded price itself by south thereof. But it is not so above. There is no shuffling. There the action lies in his true nature, and we ourselves compelled even to the tooth. Forehead of our faults to give in evidence. What then? What rest? Try what repentance can. What can it not? Yet what can it when one cannot repent? Oh, wretched state. Oh, bosom black as death. Oh, lime soul that's struggling to be free, art more engaged, bow stubborn knees, and heart with strings of steel. Be soft as the sinews of the newborn babe. All may be well.
Now might I do it, Pat? Now he is a prey, and now I'll do it. That would be scant. A villain kills my father, and I do the same villain's sin to heaven. Oh, this Byron salary, not revenge. He took my father grossly, full of bread, with all his crimes, broad blown, his flesh is made. And how his audit stands? Oh no, save heaven. But in our course of thought, it's heavy with him. And am I then revenged to take him in the purging of his soul when he is fit and seasoned for his passage? No. Up, sword, and know thou a more horrid end when he is drunk asleep, or in the insistence pleasure of his bed, or at game of swearing, or about some act with no relish of salvation in it, then trip him, that his heels may kick at heaven, and that his soul may be as damned and black as hell whereto it goes. My mother stays, his physic but prolongs thy sickly days.
My words go up. My thoughts remain below. Words without thoughts.
His pranks have gone too far. He's approaching now.
I warrant you, fear me not, withdraw.
Mother!
I hear him coming.
Mother! Mother! How now, mother? What's the matter?
Hamlet, thou hast thy father much offended.
Mother, you have my father much offended.
Come, come, you answer with an idle tongue.
Go, you question with a wicked tongue.
Why? How now, Hamlet?
What's the matter now?
Have you forgot me?
No. By the rood, not so. You are the queen, your husband's brother's wife, and would it were not so, you are my mother.
Nay, then I'll set those to you that can speak.
Come and sit you down, and let me set you up a glass where you may see the inmost part of me.
What wilt thou do? Wilt thou not murder me? Help! Oh!
Help! 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 All right!
Help!
Dead for a nugget! Dead! I'm slain!
Oh, me! Oh. What hast thou done?
Nay, I know not. Is it the king?
Oh, what a rush! And bloody deed is this!
Bloody deed! Almost as bad, good mother, as kill a king and marry with his brother.
As kill a king?
Aye, lady, 'twas my word. Thou wretched, rash, intruding fool, farewell. I took thee for thy better. Take thy fortune. Thou might be too busy as some danger. Leave wringing of your hands. Be sit you down and let me wring your heart. For so I shall, if it be made of penetrable stuff, if damned custom have not brassed it so that it is proof and bulwark against sense.
Oh, what have I done? That thou darest wag thy tongue and noise rude against me.
Oh, such an act, that from the body of contraction plucks the very soul. Sweet religion makes a rhapsody of words. Heaven's face doth glow over this solidity and compound mass with tristful visage, as against the doom his thoughts secretly acts.
Oh, me, what hurt! It roars so loud and thunders in the index.
Look here, upon this picture and on this, the counterfeit presentment of two brothers. See, what a grace was seated on this brow. Hyperion's curls, the front of Jove himself, an eye like Mars to threaten and command, a station like the herald Mercury, you lighted on a heaven-kissing hill, a combination and a form indeed, where every god did seem to set his seal to give the world assurance of a man. This was your husband. Look you now what follows. Here is your husband, like a mildewed ear, blasting his wholesome brother. Have you eyes? Could you on this fair mountain leave to feed and batten on this moor? Have you eyes? What devil was it that had cozened you at Upham blind? Oh, shame, where's thy blush? Oh, rebellious heart.
Oh, Hamlet, speak no more. That turned my eyes into my very soul, and I see such black and grand spots as they will not stay tinct.
No, but to live in the rank sweat of an enseaming bed, stewed in corruption, honeying and making love over the nasty style.
Oh, speak to me no more! These words like daggers enter my ears. No more, sweet Hamlet.
A murderer and a villain, a slave that is not 20th part the time of your president lord, a vice of kings, a cutpurse of the empire and the rule, that from a shelf the precious diamond stole and put it in his pocket.
No more!
A king of shreds and patches!
Take me and hover over me with your wings. What will your gracious figure?
Alas, he's mad.
You don't come your tawny son the child. That lapse in time and passion lets go by the important acting of your dread command. Oh, say.
Do not forget, this visitation is but to whet thy almost blunted purpose. Look, amazement on thy mother's face. Oh, get between her and her fighting soul. Conceit that weakest body's strongest works. Speak to her.
How's it with you, lady?
Alas, how is it with you that you depend your iron vacancy? And with the corporal errors to hold discourse, forth of your eyes, your spirits widely peep, and as the sleeping sounders alarm, you met it here, like life and excrements. Stand up and stand at the end. Oh, gentle soul. Upon a hidden flame without distemper, sprinkle good patience. We want to look.
On him! On him! Look you! How pale he glares! His form and cause conjoined, reaching to stones would make them capable. Do not look upon me! Lest with this piteous action you convert my sterner vex, then what I have to do will one true color. Yes, perchance for blood.
Oh, to whom do you speak this?
You see nothing there!
Nothing at all. You told it as I see.
No, there's nothing here!
Nothing but ourselves.
My father! In his habit as he lived! Look! Here now! Out of the border! Look how it sears away!
This is the very coinage of your brain. This bodiless creation ecstasy is very cunning.
Ecstasy! My pulse is yours, the temperately keep time and makes us healthful music. It's not madness that I have uttered. Bring me to the test, and I the matter where we word which madness would gamble from. Mother, play not that flattering unction to your soul, that not your trespass but my madness speaks.
Oh, Hamlet, thou hast cleft my path in twain.
Throw away the worst part of it, and live the pure with the other half. One word more, good lady.
What shall I do?
Not this. By no means that I bid you do. Let the bloat king tempt you again to bed. Binge wanton on your cheek, and for a pair of reaching kisses and paddling in your neck with his damned fingers. Make you to ravel all his manner out. That essentially, I am not in madness, but not in craft.
Be thou assured, if words be made of breath, and breath of life, I know life to breathe, that thou hast said to me.
I must to England, Dad.
Alack, I had forgot.
Fools
So
should send me
confused.
packing. I'll lug the guts in the neighbor room. Mother, good night. Indeed, this counselor is now most still, most secret, and most grave, who was in life a foolish, prating knave. Come, sir, to draw towards an end with you. Good night, mother.
Where's your son?
Oh my own Lord, what have I seen tonight?
What happened? Where's Hamlet?
Mad as the sea and wind, then both contend, which is the mature in his lawless feet. Behind the air is hearing something stir, whips out his rapier and cries, rat, rat! And in these brainish apprehensions, kills the unseen good old man.
It would be the same with us had we been there. Rosencrantz Guildenstern! Rosencrantz Guildenstern! Hamlet, in madness hath Polonius slain. Go and seek the body and bring it into the chapel. Make haste in this.
We shall, my lord.
Safely so.
Hamlet?
But soft, who calls on Hamlet?
Lord Hamlet?
Oh, here they come.
What have you done, my lord, with the dead body?
Compounded it with dust. Where to this kid?
Tell us what it is, that we may bear it thence, and take it to the chapel.
Do not believe it.
Believe what?
That I can keep your counsel and not mine own. Besides, to be demanded of a sponge, what replication should be made by the son of a king?
Take you me for a sponge, my lord?
Aye, sir. One that soaks up the king's countenance, his rewards, his authorities. But such officers do the king best service in the end. He keeps them like an ape in the corner of his jaw, first mouth to be last swallowed. And when he needs what you have gleaned, it is but squeezing you, and sponge, you shall be dry again.
I understand you not, my lord.
Good! A knavish speech sleeps in a foolish ear.
My lord, you must tell us where the body is, and go with us to the king.
The body is with the king. But the king is not with the body. The king is a thing.
A thing?
I'm nothing! Bring me to him, hide fox and all after.
Rosencrantz Guildenstern! Rosencrantz Guildenstern!
Where the body is bestowed, my lord, we cannot get from him. He is without, guarded, to know your pleasure.
Bring me to him! Bring him to me!
I'll do the second, my lord. Ho! Guildenstern! Bring in, my lord!
Hamlet. Hamlet. Where is Polonius?
At supper.
At supper? Where?
Not where he eats, but where he's eaten. A certain convocation of politic worms are eaten at him. Your worm is only emperor for diet. We fat old creatures that fat us, and we fat ourselves for maggots. Your fat king and lean beggar of invariable service. 2 dishes, but to one table. That's the end. Alas, alas! A man may fish with the worm that had eat of the king, and eat the fish that had fed on that worm.
you mean by this?
Nothing, but to show you how a king may go progress through the guts of a beggar.
For thy own good, I'm sending you to England.
Good!
Good if you knew our purposes.
I see a cherub that sees them.
Hamlet. I'm your father.
My mother. Father and mother are man and wife. Man and wife is one flesh, therefore my mother. We come for England.
Go, follow him close. And England, if thou hast any respect for my sovereignty, do not look with bad eyes. My latest command: cut the head of Hamlet. Do it, England!
Go, captain, from me. Read the Danish king. Tell him that by his license, Fortinbras craves the conveyance of a promised march over his kingdom. You know the rendezvous. If that his majesty would aught with us, we shall express our duty in his eye. And you know so. Go softly.
I'll do it, my lord.
Sir! Whose powers are these?
They are of Norway.
How purpose say you?
Against some part of Poland.
Who commands them, sir?
The nephew of old Norway, young Fortinbras.
Goes it against the mainland or for some frontier?
Truly to speak, and with no addition, we go to gain a patch of ground that hath in it no profit but the name. To pay 5 ducats, 5, I would not farm it, nor will it yield to Norway or the Pole a rank or rate should be sold at fee.
Why then the Poland never will defend it.
No, it is already garrisoned.
20,000 ducats. I humbly thank you, sir.
God be with you.
Would it please you go, my lord? Go a little before. How all occasions do inform against me and spur my dull revenge? What is a man? Then his chief good and market of his time be but to sleep and feed. A beast? No more? Sure. He that had made us with such large discourse, looking before and after, had not given us that godlike reason and capability to fuss in us and use. Now, whether it be bestial oblivion, or some craven scruple of thinking too precisely on the event, the thought which quartered hath but 1 part wisdom and ever 3 parts coward. I do not know why yet I live to say these things to do. Sith I have cause, and will, and strength and means to do it. Examples gross as earth exhort me. Witness this army of such mass and charge, led by a delicate and tender prince, whose spirit, with divine ambition puffed, makes mouths at the invisible event, exposing what is mortal and unsure to all that fortune, death, and danger dare, even for an eggshell. Rightly, to be great is not to stir without great argument, but greatly to find quarrel in a straw when honor's at the stake. How stand I then, that have a father killed, a mother stained, the excitements of my reason and my blood and let all sleep? While to my shame, I see the imminent death of 20,000 men, that for a fantasy and a trick of fame go to their graves like beds, fight for a plot whereon the numbers cannot try the cause, which is not tome enough nor continent to hide the slain. Oh, from this time forth, my thy thoughts be bloody, or be nothing worth.
I will not speak with her.
She is importunate, indeed distracts. Her mood will needs be pitied.
What would she have?
She speaks much of her father. Says she hears tricks in the world, and hems and beats her heart. Spurns enviously at straws. Her speech is nothing. Yet the unshaped use of it doth move the hearers to collection. They aim at it, and box the words up fit to their own thoughts, which as her winks and nods and gestures yield them, indeed would make them think there might be thought, though nothing sure yet much can happen.
'Twere good she was spoken with, for she may strew dangerous conjectures within ill-breeding minds.
Let her come in. To my sick soul, as sings true naturalist, each toy seems product to some great unease. As full of artless jealousy's guilt, it spills itself with feeling to be spilt.
Where is the beauteous majesty of Denmark?
How now, Ophelia?
How should I your true love know from another one? By his cockle hat and staff, and his shining shoe.
Alas, sweet lady, what imports this song?
Say you, nay, pray you. Mark! He's dead and gone, lady. He's dead and
How now, Ophelia? Look here,
his head a grass green turf, and his heels a stone.
What are you, Ophelia?
White as round as the mountain snow, larded with sweet flowers, which flew up to the ground in a gold with true love showers. Let's have no words of this. But when they ask you what it means, say this. Tomorrow is St. Valentine's Day, and I am made at your window to be your Valentine. Then up he rose and done his clothes, and up the chamber door, let in the maid that out of maids never departed more. Quote she, I'll make an end of it. By geese ain't Saint Charity, by a luck and fee for shame. Young men will do it if they come to it. By cock, they are to blame. Quote she, before you tumble me, you promised me to wed. He answers, so would I've done by yonder sun, and though hearts not come to my bed,
cannot choose but to weep. To think they put him on the cold ground. My brother shall know of it! So I thank you for your good counsel. Come, my coach. Good night, ladies. Good night, sweet ladies. Good night. Good night!
Follow her close. Sir, what is that noise? Switchers!
Save yourself, my lord. Young Laertes, in a rider saddle prepares for officers. Rabble call him Lord. They cry, Laertes shall be king. Laertes shall be king. Laertes king.
Doors are broke!
Where is this king? Sirs! Stand you all without.
No, let's come in.
I pray you give me leave.
We will. We will.
Thank you. Keep the door.
Come in, good Laertes.
A drop of blood that's calm proclaims me bastard. Christ cuckold to my father! Brands the harlot, even here, between the chaste, unsmirched brow of my true mother.
What is the cause, Laertes, that thy rebellion looks so giant-like? Let him go, Gertrude. The such divinity doth hedge a king that treason can but peep to what it would. Let him go! Let him demand his fill! What do you want,
Where's my father?
But not by him.
Let him demand his fill.
How came he dead? I will not be juggled with. To hell allegiance. Vows to the blackest devil. Conscience and grace to the profoundest pit. I dare damnation. To this point I stand. Let both the worlds I give to negligence. Let come what comes, only I will be revenged most thoroughly for my father.
Who shall stop you?
My will, not all the worlds. And for my means I will husband them so well that they shall go far with little.
Dear Laertes, if you want to know who killed your father, will you choose between winners and losers?
None but his enemies.
Will you know them then?
To his good friends thus wide I will ope my arms, and like the kind, life-rendering pelican, repaste them with my blood.
Now you speak like a good child, and like a good gentleman. That I am guiltless of your father's death, it shall be as clear to you as the light is to your eye.
Let her come in.
Noise.
What is that? Heat. Dry up my brains. Tears. 7 times salt. Burn out the sense and virtue of mine eye. My heavens. Thy madness shall be paid with weight, till our scale turn the beam. Rosa maid? Dear maid. My kind sister? Sweet Ophelia? My heavens, is it possible that a young maid's wits should be as mortal as a poor man's life? Nature is fine in love, and where it is fine, it sends some precious instance of itself after the thing that it loves. Hadst thou thy wits, and didst persuade revenge, they could not move thus.
You must say
Lucianus. Thoughts and remembrance fitted.
There's room for you, and there is for Longmines, and there is room for you! And there is room for me. We might call it a herb of race or Sundays. There's a daisy. I would give you some violets, but they all withered away when my father died. They say he made a good end. For Bonnie, sweet robin, for all my joy.
Thoughts and afflictions. Passion. Hell itself, she turns the favor into prettiness.
Will he not come again? Will he not come again? No, no, he is dead. Go to die deathbed. He never will come again. His beard was white as snow. Oh, flaxen was his poll. He never will come again. So we cast away all. God have mercy on his soul. For all the Christian souls, I pray God.
Do you see this? Oh God.
I must commune with your pain, or you deny me right. I loved your father. Make choice of whom your wisest friends are, and they will choose between him and I.
Let this be so. His means of death is obscure fear. No trophy, sword, no hatchman o'er his bones. No noble right, nor formal ostentation. Cry to be heard as 'twere from heaven to earth. And I must call it in question.
Let it be so. Away your fancies, and the great axe fall.
That would speak with me.
There's a letter for you, sir. It'll come from the ambassador bound for England. The name be Horatio, as I'm led to know.
Horatio, if thou shalt have overlooked this, give these fellows some means to the king. They have letters for him. Ere we were 2 days old at sea, a pirate of very warlike appointment gave us chase. Finding ourselves too slow of sail, we put on a compelled valor, and in the grapple I boarded. On the instant they got clear of our ship, so I alone have become their prisoner. They have dealt with me like thieves of mercy, but they knew what they did. I have to do a good turn for them. Let the king have these letters I have sent, and prepare thou to me as speed as thou was flying death. I have words to speak in thine ear that will make thee dumb, yet they are much too light for the bore of the matter. These good fellows will bring thee where I am. Rosencrantz and Guildenstern hold their course for England. Of them I have much to tell thee. Farewell. He that knows thine end. Come, I will give you off the letters and do it the speedier, that you may show me to him from whom you brought them.
Now, you know, with a knowing ear, that he that had your father slain pursued my life.
Pyrrhus, tell me why you proceed not against these feats, so criminal, so capital in nature, as by your safety, greatness, wisdom, all things else, you may foster up.
By special reasons, which to you perhaps might seem unseen, but yet to me they are strong. The queen, his mother, lives almost by his looks, and myself, be it my virtue or my plague, I don't know which. She's so conjunct to my life that I feel like the sphere that goes around the star. The second reason why to a general public I cannot go is the love the general public bear him.
And so have I a noble father lost, a sister driven into desperate turns, whose worth and praises could go back again, to challenge on mounts of all the age for her perfections. My revenge will come.
Laertes, do not think our beard can be shook by pastime. And not see the danger. Messenger.
Letters, my lord.
From Lord
Hamlet.
Lord Hamlet, let me see. You shall hear. Laertes, you shall hear. Come. High and mighty, you shall know I am sent naked on your kingdom. Tomorrow shall I beg your kingly leave, when I shall first asking your pardon thereunto, recount your my sudden coming over, my sudden return. Hamlet, what is this? Is it an offense or no such thing?
Know you the hand?
It is Hamlet's letter, and in a postscript here he says alone. Can you devise me?
I lost him, my lord. But let him come. It warms the very sickness of my heart, and I live and tell him to his teeth, thus didst thou.
If it be so, Laertes, and how should it be so? How otherwise? Will you be ruled by me?
Aye, my lord. So you will not overrule me to a peace?
To thine own peace. If Hamlet returns, I'll set an exploit that he won't even choose, and he will fall.
My lord, I will be ruled. Rather, if you could devise it so that I might be the organ.
False right. You have been talked of since your trouble months, and of Hamlet hearing of a skill by which you shine your sum of parts did not altogether get such sandy as did that one, that skill and that in its own.
Which part is that, my lord?
Very real in the cup of youth, yet needful too, for youth no less becomes the light and library that it wears, that settled age, it sails on its weeds, importing health and greatness. 2 months since, here was a gentleman of Normandy. I have served against the French, and they are good on horseback. But this gallant had witchcraft in it. He grew unto his horse, and to such dexterity worked the brave beast. And I thought it was witchcraft.
A Norman wast.
A Norman?
Upon my life, Lamont. Drummond. I know.
Very same.
I know him well. He is the brooch indeed, and gem of all the nation.
Lamont. He made confession of you. Most especially of your rapier. And he said it would be fun indeed if someone could match you. The screamers of their nation, he swore, had neither the motion, nor the eye, nor the defense that you have. Sir, this report of his did Hamlet so enveloped with his envy that he could nothing do but wish for your son coming over to play with you. Now out of this.
What out of this, my lord?
Laertes. Is your father dear to you? Or are you like a painting of a soul, a man without a heart?
Why ask you this?
Not that I think you did not love your father, but will you undertake to prove yourself indeed your father's son more than in words?
To cut his throat in church.
No place indeed should murder's sanctuaries. But will you do this? Hamlet comes home. We'll set a double wager on his head. He being remiss and very innocent, he will not produce the foils. So, with a little shuffling, you may choose a sword and beat it. Or with a pass of justice, requite him for your father.
My lord, I will do it. And for that purpose, I will anoint my sword. I bought an unction on mountebank so rare that invented a knife in it, where it draws blood. No cataplasm so rare, collected from all symbols that have virtue under the moon, can save the thing from death if it is but scratched withal. I'll touch my point with this contagion, and if I but gall him slightly, it may be death.
Wait. This project should have a second if this should fail. I got it. When he's thirsty and asks for drink, I will have prepared him a chalice for the nonce, whereon but sipping, if he escape your dagger, our purpose may alter.
One wall doth tread upon another's heel. So fast they follow. Your sisters. Laertes.
Drowned? Where?
There is the willow grows, scan the brook. That shows his hoary leaves in the glassy stream. There with fantastic garlands did she make, of crow flowers, nettles, daisies, and long purples. That liberal shepherds give a grocery, but our cold maids do. Dead man's fingers go blind. There in the pendant boughs her coronet weeds, clamoring to hang an envious cedar brook, went down her witty trophies, and herself fell in the weeping brook. Her clothes spread wide, and more made like a while. They bore her up, which time she changed its snatches of own loves. incapable of your own distress, or like a creature native and endued unto that element. But Lonan could not be till that her garments, heavy with the dream, pulled the poor rage from her melodious lay to muddy death.
Alas, and she is drowned. Too much of water hast thou, poor Ophelia, and therefore I'll forbid my tears. And yet it is our trick. Nature her custom holds. And shame say well. Oh, when these are out, the woman will be out. Oh, adieu, my lord, I have a speech of fire that fain would blaze, but this folly drowns it. Ah!
Is she to be buried in Christian burial even though she willingly drowned herself?
I tell you she is. Therefore, make her grave straight. The crowner had sat on hand for his Christian burial.
How can that be? Unless she drowned herself in her own defense.
Why it is found so?
Why, it must be se offendendo. It cannot be else. So mark you that. If I go drown myself, it implies an act. And an act has three branches. It is to do, to act, to perform. Therefore, she died wittingly.
Nay, but hear you, good man Delbert.
Go to. See, here lies the water. Good. Here stands the man. Good. If the man go to the water and drown himself willy-nilly, ergo he goes. Mark you that. But if the water come to the man and drown him, he drowneth not himself. He that is not guilty of his own death shortens not his own life.
Was this the law?
My quarters quest law.
Will you have the truth on it? If this has not been a gentlewoman, she should have been buried out of a Christian burial.
Well, there thou sayest, and the more pity the great folk should have countenance in this world to drown themselves or hang themselves more than their fellow Christian. There are no ancient gentlemen in the world except diggers, gardeners, and grave makers. They hold up Adam's profession.
Was he a gentleman?
Haigh, he was the first that ever bore arms.
Why, he had not.
What art thou a heathen? Dost thou read the scripture? The scripture said Adam digged. Could he dig without arms? I mean, answer her question, and if confess thyself if thou not answer to the purpose.
Go to?
Who builds stronger than the mason, the shipwright, or the carpenter?
Gallows maker.
And for that applies 1,000 tanks.
I like the wit does well, the gallows does well. But how does the gallows do well? The gallows does well by those that do ill. Now thou to say that the gallows is built stronger than the church. Ergo, the gallows may do well by thee. Go to it again.
Who builds stronger than the mason, the shipwright, or the carpenter?
Aye. Go to it.
Maybe now I can tell.
To it. Oh, cudgel thy brains no more against it, for thou, dull ass, will not mend its pace without beating. And the next time you hear this question, say a grave maker. For the houses he builds will last until doomsday. Go and get me a stupid liquor. We thought it was very sweet to find a time of my behold. You know you got nothing to meet.
Does this fellow no feeling of his business and sings a great meaning?
Custom hath made it in him a property of easiness.
Even so, the hand of little employment had the dainty of saints.
Hey, Betsy had very
That skull had a tongue and it didn't get seen once. How the knave jowls it to the ground as if it were a king's jawbone that did the first murder. Might be the pate of a politician, which this ass now overreaches, one that would circumvent God, might it not? I will speak to this fellow. Whose grave is this, sirrah?
Mine, sir, and you did we did go.
It must be thine indeed, for thou liest in it.
Well, thou do not liest in it, so it is not yours. Therefore, I am in it, but do not lie in it. It is, and it is mine.
Thou dost lie in it to be in it and say it is thine, just for the dead, not for the quick. Therefore thou liest.
It's a quick lie, sir, and 'twill again from me to you.
What man dost thou dig it for?
For no man, sir.
What woman then?
None neither.
Who is to be buried in it?
One that was a woman, sir, but God have her mercy, she's dead.
How absolute the knave is. How long has thou been a grave maker?
Oh, I came to it in the same year the last King Hamlet overcame Fortinbras.
How long is that since?
Dost thou know that? Every fool knows that. It was the year that young Hamlet was born. He that is mad and been sent into England.
Ah, married. How was he sent into England? Why?
Because he was mad. He shall recover his wits there, or if he does not, it shall not matter.
Why?
Why? Because he will not be seen, because all the men are as mad as he there.
How came he mad?
Very strangely, they say.
How
how strangely, ergo losing his wits, upon one ground. Denmark, sir. I have been sexton man and boy here 30 years.
How long will a man lie in the earth ere he rot?
Oh, if his corpse not be rotten before when he die, for we have many pocky corpses nowadays, it scarce hold the laying in. He will last you 8 year, 9 year. Tanner will last you 9 years.
Why he more than another?
Why, his hide is so tanned with the trade, sir, it will keep the water out a great while. And your water is the great decayer of your horse's dead body. Oh. Here's a bad fellow. This hath lying in the here 23 years. Who do you think it is?
Nay, I know not.
This fellow, he once poured a flagon of Rhenish on my hillo. This, sir, was Sir Yorick, sir, the king's jester.
Yes.
Aye.
Let me. Alas, poor Yorick. I knew him, Horatio. A fellow of infinite jest, of most excellent fancy. He hath borne me on his back 1,000 times, and now, how aboard in my imagination it is, my gorge rises at it. Here hung those lips, which I have kissed I know not how oft. Where be your jibes now? Your songs, your flashes of merriment, that were wont to set the table on a roll. Not one now to mock your own green. Why, Chapfall, get you to my lady's chamber and tell her, paint an inch thick. To this favor she must come. Make her laugh at that. Prithee, Horatio, tell me one thing.
What is that, my lord?
Do you think Alexander looked at his fashion of the earth?
Even so?
And smelled so?
Even so, my lord.
For what base uses we may return, Horatio? Why, may not imagination trace the noble dust of Alexander, till he find it stopping a bunghole?
'Twere to consider too curiously to consider so.
No, faith, not a jot. But to follow him thither, with modesty as such, and likelihood to lead it, Alexander died. Alexander was buried. Alexander returned to dust. The dust is earth. Of earth we make loam. And why? Of that loam whereto he was converted. Might they not stop a beer barrel? Imperious Caesar, dead and turned to clay. Might stop a hole to keep the wind away. Oh, that earth, which kept the world in awe, should patch a wall to expel the winter's flaw. What's up? What noise? Catch a while and mark.
else?
Her obsequies have been as far enlarged as we have warranty. Her death was doubtful, and but that great command o'ersways the order she should in ground unsanctified have lodged till the last trumpet. For charitable prayers, shards, flints, and pebbles should be thrown on her. Yet here she is allowed her virgin rites, her maid instruments, and the bringing home of bell and burial.
May her, the earth, and from her fair and unpolluted flesh may find its spring. I tell thee, churlish priest, the ministering angel shall my sister be when thou liest down.
What? Fair Ophelia?
Sweets to the sweet, farewell. I hoped thou shouldst have been my Hamlet's bride. I thought thy bride bed to her decked, sweet maid, and not have stood thy grave.
Oh, triple woe! Full 10 times double on thy cursed head, whose wicked deed thy most ingenious sets to bribe me of, to hold up here the while until I have crowded once more. The pile your dust upon the quick end. Till a flat mountain you have made to o'ertop, O Pelion, or the skyish head of blue Olympus.
What is he? Whose grief bears such an emphasis? Whose phrase of sorrow conjures the wandering stars and makes them stand like wonder-wounded heroes? This is I, Hamlet the Dane.
Oh, the devil take thy soul!
Why? I will fight with him upon this field till my eyes are no longer
My
wet.
son, what theme?
I loved Ophelia. 40,000 brothers with all their quantity of love could not make up my son. What will thou do for?
For God of love,
This
for
man
back here.
would weep, would fight, would flash, would tear thyself. Eat a crocodile. How dare it?
This is mere madness.
What is the reason that you use me thus? I loved you ever, but it is no matter. Let Hercules do what he may. The cat will mew, and dog will have his day.
Remember our last time.
You do remember all the circumstance.
Remember it, my lord.
Sir, in my heart there was a kind of fighting that would not let me sleep. Methought I lay worse than the mutines and the bilboes. Rashly, and praise be rashness for it, let us know sometimes our indiscretion serves us well. When our deep plots do pall, and there's a divinity that shapes our ends, rough you them how we will.
That is most certain.
Up from my cabin, my sea gown scouts about me in the dark. Groped I to find out them. Finger their packet and find withdrew to mine own room again, where I found Horatio. Oh, royal knavery. An exact command that on the supervised, no leisure baited, no not to say a grinding of the axe, my head should be struck off.
How is this possible?
Here's the commission. Read it at more leisure, but without hearing me how I did proceed.
I beseech you.
Being thus permitted round with villainies, ere I could make a prologue to my brains, they had begun to play. I devised a new commission, wrote it fair, without hearing the effect of what I wrote.
Indeed, my lord.
An earnest conjuration from the king, that on the view and knowing of these contents, he should the bears but the sudden death, not shriving time allowed.
How was this sealed?
Why, even in that was heaven ordinant. I had my father's signet in my purse, which was the model of that Danish seal. And the next day was our sea fight, and what this was sequent thou knowest already.
Rosencrantz and Guildenstern go to it.
Why, they did make love to this employment. They are not near my conscience. Does it not think thee? Stand me now upon, he that had killed my king, whored my mother, popped in between the election and my hopes, and thrown out his angle for my proper life, and with such cousinage.
Thy lordship is right welcome back to Denmark.
I humbly thank you, sir. Just know there's a waterfly.
I do not, my lord.
Sweet lord, if your lordship were at leisure, I should impart to you a thing from his majesty.
I will receive it, sir.
Sir, here is newly come to court to wager with you, Laertes.
What's his weapon?
Rapier and dagger.
That's two, but well.
The king, sir, hath wagered 6 Barbary horses, against the which he has imposed, as I take it, 6 French rapiers and poniards with their assigns as girdle, hanger, and so. 3 of the carriages are in faith very dear to fancy, very responsive to the hilts. Most delicate carriages in a very liberal conceit.
What call you the carriages?
The carriages, sir, are the hangers.
Could be more germane to the phrase if we could carry cannon by our side. But on. 6 Barbary horses. 6 French swords. That's the French bet against the Danish. Why was this impawned, as you call it?
No, the king, sir, hath wagered that in a dozen passes between yourself and him, he shall not exceed you 3 hits. And it will come to immediate trial if your lordship would vouchsafe the answer.
How if I answer no?
I mean, sir, the opposition of your person in trial.
Sir, I'll walk here in the hall, if it pleases Majesty. 'Tis the breathing time of day with me. Let the gentlemen be willing, the foils be brought, and the king hold his purpose. I can win for him, and I shall. If not, I will gain nothing but my shame and the odd hits.
Shall I redeliver you even so?
And with whatever else flourish your nature will.
I commend my duty to your lordship.
Yours. Yours.
My lord. Lord Hamlet, you will lose this wager.
Not so. Since he's been in France, I've been in continual practice.
Good, my lord, please. If your mind dislike anything, obey it. I will forestall their repair hither, and I will say that you are not fit.
Not a whit. We defy augury. There's a special providence in the fall of a sparrow. If it be now, it is not to come. If it be not to come, it will be now. If it be not now, yet it will come. The readiness is all. Since no man of haughty leaves knows, what is it to leave the time? Let it be.
Hamlet.
Sir, grant me a pardon. I have done you wrong, but pardon it. As you are a gentleman, his presence knows, and you must needs have heard how I am punished with sore distraction. Was Hamlet wrong, Laertes? Never, Hamlet. If Hamlet from himself be taken away, and when he's not himself does wrong, Laertes, then Hamlet does it not. Who does it then? It is madness. If it be so, then Hamlet is of the faction that is wrong. Sir, in this audience, let my disclaiming from a purposed evil free me so far in your most generous thoughts that I have shot mine arrow over the house and hurt my brother.
I am satisfied in nature, whose motive in this case should stir me most to my revenge. But in my terms of honor, I stand aloof, and will no reconcilement till by some elder masters of known honor I have a voice and precedent of peace to keep my name on good. But all that time I do receive your offered love like love, and will not wrong it.
I embrace it freely. And let this brother's wager frankly play. Come, give us the foil.
Come, one for me.
I'll be your foil, Laertes. You shall, like a star in the darkest night, stick fiery off indeed.
You mock me, sir?
No, by this hand.
I set a double wager here. If Hamlet wins his first or second bait, I'll drink to Hamlet's health.
You laid the odds on the weaker side.
You are both at odds.
So he's too heavy. Let me see another.
Yeah. This one likes me well. All these length.
Aye, my good lord.
Well then, come, sir.
Come, my lord.
What say you?
I hate a very palatable hand.
Drink for your health.
I did not drink it. I'll have this bout first. What say you?
I have to confess it.
Take my napkins, browns, between the roses to thy fortune.
Good, madam. Come for a third, Laertes.
I will, my lord. I beg pardon me.
They're saying, make a waltzing of you.
Nothing, neither way. Well, look to the queen. How is it? How is it, Laertes?
Justly killed by another treachery.
She suffers to see the bleed.
No, the drink. My dear Hamlet, the drink. I
medicine in the world can do thee good. In thee there is no more than half an hour's life. The treacherous instrument is in thy hand, unbaited and envenomed. The foul practice hath turned itself on me. Lo, here I lie, never to rise again. And then others, poison, like you no more. The king has declared.
No. The poison venom tool. Then venom, do thy work. Is thy union here? Follow my mother.
He is justly served. It is a poison tempered by himself. Exchange forgiveness with me, noble Hamlet. Mine and my father's death come not on thee, nor thine on me.
Heaven make thee free. I follow thee. I am dead, Horatio. Wretched queen, I do. You that look pale and tremble at this chance, that are but mute or audience to this act, had I but time, as this fair sergeant did, expecting his arrest, all I could tell you. But let me, Horatio, I am dead. Thou livest. Report me in my cause, right to the unsatisfied.
Nay, my lord, I am more antique Roman than a day. I will follow you swiftly if there's more liquor left.
And now the men, give me the cup! My heaven, all heaven! Oh, God, Horatio, what a wounded name! Things standing thus unknown shall live behind me. If thou dost ever hold me in thy heart, absent thee from felicity a while, and in this harsh world, draw thy breath in vain to tell my story. What warlike noise is this?
Young Fortinbras, run from Poland to the ambassadors of England gives this warlike volley.
Oh, I die, Horatio. I can only live to hear the news from England, but I do prophesy the election lights on Fortinbras. He has my dying voice. So tell him, with the occurrence more or less which have solicited, the rest is silent.
Now cracks a noble heart. And good night, sweet prince. And let the flights of angels sing thee to thy rest.
Who is it that comes hither?
Where is this sight?
What is it you would see? If aught of woe or wonder sees your search.
This query cries on havoc. O proud death, what feast is toward in thine eternal cell that thou so many princes at a shot so bloodily hast struck?
The sight is dismal, and the affairs from England come too late. The ears are senseless that should give us hearing, to tell him his commandment is fulfilled. Rosencrantz and Guildenstern are dead. Where should we have our thanks?
Let us haste to hear it!
and call the noblest to the audience. For me, with sorrow, I embrace my fortune, which now to claim my vantage doth invite me.
That I have also cause to speak. From his mouth whose voice will draw no more, let the same be presently performed even when men's minds run wild. This moment's chance of plots never happen.
Let 4 captains bear Hamlet like a soldier to the stage, for he was likely, had he been put on, to have proved most royally. Take up the bodies. Such a sight as this becomes the field, but here shows much amiss. Go, bid the soldiers shoot.